Welcome back to Breakup Cheater. Today's story is raw, real, and full of hard truths about love, betrayal, and the consequences of walking away from what you once had. I'm Will Harris, and this is the story of how my 20-year marriage ended, how my wife Laura chose a different path, what followed, and whether she ever truly learned from it. If you've ever wondered what happens when one partner decides to leave it all behind, this story will hit close to home. Let's dive in. What happens when Laura walks away from her marriage? Does she learn her lesson? My name is Will Harris. I'm 52 years old, living in New York City. Recently, I went through a painful divorce from my wife Laura, who was 47 when we separated. We had been married for 20 years and have a 19-year-old son, Alex, who was studying in another city at the time. I run a small but steady business that provides a comfortable living for us. My income was enough to offer Laura a lifestyle that many would envy, especially here in New York. I first met Laura nearly 25 years ago, on a random Friday night at a downtown bar. I was out with friends, enjoying drinks and conversation when I noticed her across the room. There was something magnetic about her presence, confident, lively, and effortlessly captivating. I approached her and we ended up talking for hours that night. Her sharp wit and free-spirited nature drew me in completely. We started dating shortly after that night, and our bond grew quickly. After a few years, I proposed to her under the shade of a giant oak tree in Central Park, an intimate moment that she said yes to with a smile. Our wedding was small but meaningful, surrounded by close friends and family. Thanks to my business, money was never an issue. I provided Laura with everything she wanted: nice clothes, dinners at upscale restaurants, weekend trips. But Laura's closest friends were a different story. Most were married to wealthy men and led lives of luxury and leisure. Many of them had ended their marriages and were now receiving hefty alimony checks every month. I never liked those friends. I warned Laura about them more than once, feeling they were a bad influence. I hated having to pick her up from their parties and noticed some of those women even tried to flirt with me at times. But I kept those incidents to myself. I trusted Laura to stay true to us. She always reassured me, telling me her friends would never come between our family. I believed her, and for a long time, life went on without major problems. Then came Laura's 45th birthday. She planned a night out with her friends, insisting that one of them was moving away and she wanted to say goodbye properly. I wanted to spend the evening with her but reluctantly agreed to let her go, figuring it was just a normal celebration. I ended up spending the night alone, nursing a bottle of Jack Daniels. Laura was very active on social media, Instagram and TikTok, where she posted daily updates about her life. That night she live-streamed the birthday party. What I saw made my stomach turn. Her friends had brought a cake shaped like a male organ, covered with white cream. Laura took a bite from it and cut the cake while everyone cheered and danced. Later they went to a male strip club. When Laura came home, I confronted her. I told her that the night's events were indecent and inappropriate, especially for a married woman with a teenage son who could see everything she posted online. She defended the visit to the strip club as a surprise her friends had planned, but I told her the surprise ended the moment she walked in. I made it clear I was deeply unhappy with her behavior, that it didn't reflect the respect and commitment I expected in our marriage. She cried, and I left her alone, sleeping on the couch that night. The next morning was silent. Laura left for the gym without a word, and the tension between us only grew. 2 weeks later I tried to talk to her, asking if she was still upset over her birthday. She accused me of jealousy, saying I was bitter and had no friends to throw such amazing parties. I was stunned. I told her I didn't go to strip clubs because I had a wife, and I found her actions disrespectful. The conversation ended there, and I went to work feeling more distant from her than ever. Laura threw herself further into social media. Her TikTok videos and daily vlogs gained a large following. I stopped watching her posts altogether and focused on my work and spending time with Alex. On my own birthday, Laura was physically present but glued to her phone, chatting with followers while I tried to enjoy the day with our son. Alex was frustrated and asked me what was wrong with his mother. I joked that she had been bitten by the social media bug, and we laughed, but the truth was I was growing more frustrated every day. On the way home that night, my frustration boiled over. I pulled over and asked Laura to step out of the car. She immediately pulled out her phone and began streaming the view live on social media. I took her phone, stopped the stream, and told her firmly, "When you're with your family, you need to be present. We deserve your attention, not your camera." She said nothing and got back in the car, refusing to talk. A year passed. Laura's birthday came again. I wished her at midnight and gave her a gold bracelet with small diamonds, a gift meant to remind her how much she meant to me. She kissed me briefly but then hurried off to meet her friends. I was furious. When she returned that night, drunk and unfocused, I asked her if I still meant anything to her. I didn't expect a clear answer. The next morning, I asked if she would attend marriage counseling with me. I felt we needed professional help, or our marriage wouldn't survive much longer. She left for the gym without a word. Later that day, I confronted her again. When she returned with friends, I asked her to sit down and have an honest conversation. It was awkward but necessary. She admitted she'd been thinking about divorce for 2 years. She said she wanted a fresh start to reinvent her life. I was furious. I told her that her friends were lonely, desperate women chasing empty promises from wealthy men. I warned her the outside world wasn't as glamorous as she thought, that there were people who would use her and leave her broken. She screamed back, "So what? I want to live my life. I won't come crawling back for sympathy." I replied, "If you do, you'll find nothing but wolves and hyenas ready to feed on what's left of you." She said, "So be it. I'll be fine." The room went silent. No more words were said that day. The next morning, Laura posted a video online announcing she'd been planning the divorce for years and that it was finally happening. "I'm just being honest," she said. "I don't know what comes next. I'm scared but tired of pretending. Reality is coming, and it's going to hit hard." She called me multiple times afterward. Once I answered. She said she missed me and wanted to talk. I asked if she wanted to reconsider, warned her that once the papers were filed, there was no going back. She hung up. A few weeks later, the divorce was final. Laura moved out and we never said a proper goodbye. Alex took it hard but admitted he saw it coming. A day after the divorce, Laura posted again, sharing that she was starting to see tiny pricks of light in her dark days, like small holes in aluminum foil, enough to know there's light beyond. Days later, she posted about how many women her age are realizing they don't need men anymore, no longer willing to accept abuse or infidelity. She introduced a handsome younger man with a chiseled body as her new partner. I thought, well, at least your money is being spent wisely. But the next day, she posted a tearful video announcing their breakup. A mutual friend told me she hadn't broken up with him. He dumped her. She was too ashamed to admit it publicly. Not long after, I saw Laura dining with another young man at a restaurant I was visiting for work. She didn't see me, and strangely I felt no pain this time, just awkwardness. A friend sent me a video titled 40 and Naughty. Laura dancing at a private party in lingerie, even taking her top off while her friends cheered. I blocked the sender. Days later, I saw her flaunting her bikini body by the pool on TikTok, bragging about what a 47-year-old looks like. She shared her Tinder profile, nearly naked in photos. She posted yet another video with a young man who seemed unhappy to be filmed, pulling up his hoodie to hide his face. It was clear to me he was just using her for a good time, and he'd be gone soon. Then Laura posted, "I made a decision. Do I regret it? I don't know. Did I make a mess? Maybe. But today I realize my marriage wasn't so bad. My husband loved me and I screwed it up. I'm a mess. I was warned but I didn't listen. I just want my old life back. I've lost my husband and my friends. I want to go back to my family." She even showed up at my office once, asking if she could come home. I laughed. Home. I had sold the house and paid for her Nirvana pad, as she called it. I told her, "There is no home." She asked if she could live with me. I said, "I share my bed with my loyal dog Bernard. He doesn't like strangers." She said, "I'm not a stranger." I replied. To Bernard you are. There's no place in my life for you. I told her flat out. If my wife chooses someone else, it's over. I'm off limits. I don't sit around feeling sorry for myself. I take it on the chin and move on. Laura left crying. I went home to my dog, who gave me all the love I needed. Later, I saw another post where she lamented how hard it is for a woman her age to find love again. Yes, Laura, you were warned. You don't start dating at 47 and expect it to be easy. Fruit is sweetest when ripe. Delay too long and it spoils. Nature teaches us lessons, but we ignore them. You had everything: a loving husband, a family, a life. Yet you chose to chase something beyond those bounds. Now you're left outside. As for me, I may never marry again. I'm in my 50s and don't see the point in searching for love. My dog Bernard gives me all the loyalty and companionship I need. When my son Alex is ready, I'll pass on my business and focus on the peace I've found. Thank you for watching and sharing in this deeply personal story. Relationships can be complicated, filled with love, mistakes, and sometimes painful endings. If you or someone you know is going through something similar, remember you're not alone, and there is always a path forward. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell for more real-life stories that explore the highs and lows of love and life. Drop your thoughts in the comments. What would you have done if you were in my shoes? Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other.